Hello, and welcome to the B-Movie Bunker. Alright, hold on. Wait, don't go. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to take it off. I'm not going to wait this whole time. That'd be ridiculous. Dark Knight Rises. Oh, what can I say about this movie? I know a lot of people think it's like the greatest movie ever made, and more power to you. I think that you may not have seen a movie before, but hey, if you enjoyed it, great. I thought this movie was okay. As far as the Chris Nolan Batman trilogy goes, I would rank this as it's appropriate. That's the third one because it's third in how good it is. It was bloated and clunky and full of non-essential characters and unnecessary scenes. A lot of fight scenes were horribly choreographed. I mean, you watch some of the big brawl scenes, and there are guys like in the background just kind of like, we're gonna fight now. It didn't grasp me as this giant brawl, and even the fight scenes with Batman fighting the random thugs, it falls prey to the 1970s kung fu flick of the come at me one at a time and I will beat up one of you while the other five of you watch, and then one of you will come and it's really, there's five dudes with guns and I'm beating up this guy, why aren't they shooting me? It doesn't make sense. There are positives. The casting, as always. Chris Nolan, I think, does a great job with casting. There were people who were down on Heath Ledger in the last movie, and obviously he proved a lot of people wrong. People were down on Anne Hathaway cast as Catwoman. I think they were wrong. I think she did a wonderful job as Catwoman. I think she was a believable cat burglar in the way that she acted. And I think she's a great actress. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, admirable job. And your typical, now customary supporting cast in the Chris Nolan Batman movies. I mean, Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, Gary Oldman. I think they all do their typical normal jobs. However, I think some characters were completely unnecessary. I'm going to not spoil anything, if possible, until I'm going to do a video after this that's going to have spoilers of a lot of the problems ahead that's going to spoil out of the movie. But overall, I just think the film was kind of... I think maybe if it was shorter, tightened up a bit. But even then, it's the type of movie where I understand if I watch a movie and then I come out and my brain starts going, well, this didn't work and this didn't work, afterwards where I have a lot of time to think about it. And if I can be drawn into the moment in the film, it's a much better experience. The problem is that the experience didn't pull me in. The experience made me question. So much of what was happening in the movie made me question of, how can that actually... What? Really? Seriously? Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. It was a lot of that type of stuff. So, and I know, well, you're arguing plausibility in a comic book movie. I know that. But there still needs to be some believability to it. When did Batman become so stupid? He's not the cunning detective in this one that Batman is supposed to be. Where he, doesn't simply just outfight his opponents. He outthinks them. He outwits them. So, scale of 1 to 10, this is like... It's like standing up in your cousin's wedding. Now, I mean, yeah, there are good parts about it. Hey, your cousin's getting married. That's great. I'm happy for my cousin. But, you had to take off work for this, because you normally work on the, if you're like me, you work on the weekends, now you got to take a day off work, and you're missing work to come and stand at some cousin's wedding. Not because you know the cousin that well, but because, his wife has too many friends who are bridesmaids, and they needed more people to fill out the groomsmen's side, so they just picked you because, put your cousin in it, because your aunt's like, put your cousin in it, and the groom's like, okay, I had to put my cousin in it. And yes, you have some fun there, but you're stuck at the table with people you don't know. And, you got really no friends there for the most part. Yeah, your mom and dad are there, but really, do you hang out and party with your parents a lot? I mean, sometimes maybe, but, it's just kind of, there's a little bit of fun to it, but for the most part, it goes on longer than you want it to, and you don't want to revisit it anytime soon. So, that's all I have for this one. Until next time, stay safe in the wasteland, and check out the other video if you've seen Dark Knight Rises already, because I'm going to spoil the hell out of it. That's it for now.